Good afternoon, Eagles. I want to first brag on all of our kindergarten, seventh grade, and ninth grade students and teachers. As you know, this week they attended their new schools. It was very exciting to see kids back in our buildings, and I was pleased to see all of our students practicing all the healthy at school requirements that we have put into place. We're doing things such as social distancing, frequent hand washing, and masking in order to keep everyone safe and to hopefully keep our students in our schools. I'm very proud of the efforts of every single person. Also, today is National Custodial Day, so I definitely want to send out a huge thank you to our Johnson County custodian crew. These members of our Eagle family work so hard all the time, but they have absolutely gone above and beyond to ensure that our buildings are disinfected to make sure that all of our students and staff are healthy at school. We're blessed to have each of our custodians, and we thank them today and every day. I have a few reminders for you as we wrap up this week. Please remember that October the 5th through the 9th has traditionally been our regular scheduled fall break. This year, due to COVID 19 and a delayed start, all of our students will continue click and soar remote learning during next week. However, you can expect the same high quality instruction with a reduction of real time Google Meets. Any meets held this week will be held only to provide an overview of the day or the week and to answer any questions that students may have. This will provide flexibility for students to complete the remote assignments. As you know, the Johnson County School District will be returning to traditional brick and mortar classes on October 12th for those students who selected that option. If you selected Click and Soar, you will continue with remote learning. Remember that our elementary schools are going 5 days per week as we believe we can achieve social distancing and maintain the safety of our students and staff. Johnson Central High School will be temporarily operating on an alternate hybrid schedule due to class size, student schedules, and student population, as we previously discussed. Juniors and seniors will attend face to face on Mondays and Tuesdays. Freshmen and sophomore will attend face to face on Thursdays and Fridays. The other days, each of those students will be involved in virtual learning. Our Johnson County Middle School had originally planned to attend 5 days per week. But as they've had our seventh graders in this week, we realize that some adjustments need to be made in order to keep everyone safe and to better ensure that our schools can remain open. With me today to explain the changes to the schedule at JCMS is Principal Sean Hall. Mr. Hall, welcome and thank you for joining me. I know that you were excited this week to see our new middle schoolers, and this also gave you the opportunity to run through your class schedules, lunches, and other processes to see what changes need to be made before all of our middle school students came back on October 12th. Do you care to come up and share with us the details of the new and hopefully temporary schedule and plan for the Johnson County Middle School? Come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Cochran. As you have already stated, we have faced many challenges with implementing our instruction in the building. Circumstances will continue to change, and we must continue to be flexible, as you all have been. We want all of our students to receive the best education possible, and we want as many of our students who want to return to in-person to be able to do so. Like Mr. Cochran stated, after the 2 scheduled transition days for our 7th grade brick and mortar students, we have identified several issues that have led us to implement a new schedule for our students who plan to return to in-person instruction. Due to the most recent guidance of masking and social distancing from the CDC, Department of Health, KDE, the following schedule will now be put into effect for our in-person instruction beginning October the 12th. We will follow an A-B schedule where students will come in on assigned days. A days, on Monday and Tuesday, will be the following homerooms. For 7th grade black team, that will be Miss Melvin's homeroom and Miss Reisner's homeroom. 7th grade gold, that'll be Miss Miranda Collins and Mr. Bolden's homeroom. 8th grade, it'll be Miss Moore's homeroom and Mrs. Hamilton's homeroom. And 8th grade gold, be Miss Wireman and Miss Rogers. B days, Thursday and Fridays. These are the homerooms that will come during those days. 7th grade black, Mrs. Preston, Mrs. Meade. For 7th grade gold, it'll be Miss Smith and Mrs. Simpkins. 8th grade black team will be Mr. Burchett, Miss Young homerooms, and 8th grade gold will be Mrs. Fairchild and Mr. Triplett's homeroom. If a student has chosen Click and Soar, they will be placed into the following homerooms. For 7th gold, that will be Miss Kelly Collins. 7th black, Mrs. Melissa Pierce. 8th gold, Mrs. Caitlin Pierce. 8th black, Mrs. Griffith. Students need to check student portal several times next week to see if their homerooms have changed. Your current homeroom teachers will have this information as well and will post on social media. Students will be receiving 2 consecutive days of in-person instruction per week, while the other 3 days they will follow online instruction via Google Classroom. Students must check Google Classroom daily for all assignments. Click and Soar students will follow their Infinite Campus student schedule and meet daily with their teachers online. 7th graders will be online from 8:20 to 1:30, beginning with first period and ending with 5th period on their student schedule. 7th grade will have a break from 11:05 to 11:50 for lunch. 8th graders will start online instruction at 10:10 and will end at 3:25. They will have a break from 11:55 to 12:40. Click and Soar students will not rotate through their daily exploratories. You will need to check Google Classroom daily for posted assignments. Click and Soar students who may need further assistance and instruction may continue to schedule a time for their teachers to come into the building on Wednesdays for targeted assistance. Students who have siblings at the high school and whose schedules need to coordinate so that they may attend in-person classes on the same days, please contact the front office so that necessary adjustments can be made. Parents and students, we have worked hard to make necessary adjustments to make blended learning a positive and successful experience for everyone. Continued flexibility is needed and appreciated as we continue to take flight and soar above the barriers of this pandemic.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. I know that you and your staff have put a lot of time and effort into planning and replanning for our students to come back. I feel like your plan is providing the most safe environment while also allowing any student who chooses to come face to face the opportunity to do so. I greatly appreciate your efforts. As I've said several times throughout our planning process, we're in a situation that is ever changing. We get new guidance and data frequently, sometimes multiple times a day. I've asked and I continue to ask that each of you, whether you're a student, a staff member, a parent, or a community member, to please be patient, supportive, and understanding with all of us as we continue to work our way through this situation. We have to remain flexible and understand that our plans are fluid and they may change multiple times over the course of the year. I will continue to keep you updated. Remember, students, keep learning and keep completing all your assignments throughout the next week. As always, I ask that we all continue to love and support each other, our students, and our entire school system. Thank you and have a safe, blessed, and relaxing fall break.